Hey there, everybody. Matt Carter here.
And Jessica Carter from CARTERMATT.com.
This is our preview, some promo spoilers for Survivor, Winners at War, Episode 2. That is right. I'm counting this episode tonight as just one episode. I believe that is what CBS will do. Mm-hmm. There is always confusion with this because anytime they put two tribal councils in an hour, this happens. That's our philosophy.
Yep.
There's some interesting stuff in the promo, but we'll talk a little bit about that, and then we'll get into what certain people could do moving forward, because it kind of feels like there's obvious targets now, but this is Survivor. It's all winners. I think anything and everything could change in a split second. So
I agree.
Let's just sort of store that away in our brains. Before we dive into anything here, though, if you like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any other updates that we've got coming up your way. Let's start, though, with, I guess, just the tiny glimpses of what we got in the promo. So Amber has been voted off to Edge of Extinction. She can go party there with Natalie. Surprise, surprise, Boston Rob not going to be altogether happy to see his wife voted off.
Yeah, but, I mean, in some ways he should be expecting some sort of being targeted. I mean, he's there with his wife, and I know that they're not on the same tribe together, but eventually, if they make it far enough, they will be.
Yeah, I think the big surprise Boston Rob in his head is just probably like, wait, I'm still here and my wife is not? Because I feel like 90% of people would have been like, okay, Rob's going to go and maybe Amber stays around for a little while.
Yeah, and that would have been my strategy. I said it in the review.
Yeah.
If I walked onto the island and there is Rob, Rob's got to go, and he's got to go right away. I don't care if he's building the camp for me. It doesn't matter. I will sleep on the ground, get eaten by ants. Rob's got to go. Because if he doesn't go and he makes it too far, he is going to win.
And like I said, I will throw the challenge close to the merge and get rid of Rob. I don't know how good I'm going to be at this. I might get myself voted off for making it too obvious I'm throwing the challenge, but that's what I would do. I would take advantage of Rob for however long. But I think this is certainly going to be something that motivates Rob. But I think the problem with Rob is that he's kind of just like that person who knows how to only do things one way. And if you try to be like, oh, maybe you should do things this other way, they'll be like, oh, no, what I do works. I don't think Rob can change his game. And so this is just going to probably make him play the game that he plays even harder, which could just make him an even bigger target.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much of this is really going to get in his head, because yeah, it's gameplay to get rid of Amber, and it makes sense in a lot of ways to get rid of Amber, but it's also his wife. This is also the mother of his children, and I wonder how much of that is going to sort of stick with him to wonder, oh, okay, I know that Sandra's over there, and we spent all this time together last season. Wouldn't she have had my back, or I would have her back, or maybe she would have Amber's back? Like, does that mean Sandra's not doing that great over there? I just wonder how many questions are going to be going on in his own head that may affect a bit of his game.
And I don't really think it's going to make him less of a target now that his wife isn't over there, because theoretically, she could still come back. And then all of a sudden, hey, it's Rob and Amber, and they're both there, and it's the merge, and now they're on the same tribe together, and this ain't great. That's another sort of component to this.
Yeah.
And, not everyone kind of understands or knows every machination of the twist that's going on right now, but Amber is going over, and presumably she'll be able to find whether it's an idol, an advantage, or something else over there.
Yeah, the twists are still kind of just slowly coming out at this point, so we don't know how everything works yet.
Yeah, and she's gonna have an opportunity to present a note to somebody from the losing tribe. At least I think that's how it's gonna work. So if the blue tribe loses, what do you want to bet she sends a note to somebody whose name rhymes with Moston Mob?
Moston Mob.
Yeah, I feel like the odds are pretty high on this.
Yeah, I think they're 100%.
Yeah, and that could sort of upset things a little bit on that blue tribe, because good for Rob and Parvati and Ethan, who seems to be working with them. They've all kind of found a way to withstand this first vote off, but I think they're still going to be in really, really big trouble moving forward.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, they're still a bit of a smaller alliance.
Yeah, there's not a ton of people. I don't really think like Danny is all of a sudden ride or die with them, given that she was throwing out Rob's name earlier in the episode.
It's true, but he does have this really strong charisma about him. So when he went up to her and called her out, and she's like, I did it. Of course I threw your name out there. You're a problem. And he was like, I like your honesty. I want to work with you. She's like, all right. So I was just like, man, this is why he has to go. He's got such a charisma about him. He plays this game so well.
I love the one-on-one conversations Rob has with some, because you can always sense the fear in the eyes of the person he's talking to of I can't say anything wrong. But yeah, we'll see, I guess, how that alliance sort of shakes out. I think Jeremy is probably going to be okay now because Natalie is gone.
Yep.
That sort of threat from the two of them being together isn't there. So I feel like if we're talking about this blue tribe, my feeling is Boston Rob clearly in danger. Maybe Parvati's in danger. Maybe now the Adam and Denise group ends up being in danger. It seems like, I don't know if Ben overheard something or found out something he shouldn't have, but they seem very concerned with something that Ben knows in the promo.
And I would be concerned as well, because anytime Ben knows something, he tells Boston Rob, and he needs to just stop. So yes, if Ben knows something, that's a bad thing. I would be worried about it as well.
The funniest thing to me is that Ben's first season, he came up with the phrase Ben bombs for whenever he would play an immunity idol. Instead, now Ben bombs are just when he doesn't shut up and he tells Boston Rob things.
Yeah, he needs to stop talking.
But good on you, Ben. You've made it, I guess, longer than I thought you would. I thought you'd be the first person out. You're still there, and obviously now, it doesn't seem, though, like Adam and Denise are worried in we got to get rid of Ben sort of way. It feels much more like Ben's going to screw over our game sort of way.
Yeah, I mean, they should be feeling a little bit better about Ben, since he kind of saved them in a lot of ways by trying to throw other people under the bus in this premiere. I don't know why he thinks Adam is his guy, but it's worked to Adam's advantage.
I get good for you, Adam. You haven't been voted off yet, despite you having a pretty bad blunder right away. You're still there. Fingers crossed for you. Let's look at now the Red Tribe and the current state of things over there, because if they lose and Amber has an opportunity to give them something, or at least make a deal, do you think she's just going to go with either Kim or Tyson? I
do. I actually don't think she's going to go with Tyson. Well, it depends on how much she found out. If she found out that Tyson just handed them the bus schedule and ran them over.
Yeah.
But I feel like she would probably give it to Kim, because I think she knows that even though it wasn't a long-lasting alliance, she was still part of something with them, and they are dwindling. So I think she would want to give an advantage to maybe Kim. And she knows that Kim was possibly in really big trouble as well.
Yeah, I'm with you. I would say that Kim is probably the person she would give it to, because it seemed like at Tribal, Kim was a lot more worried than Tyson was. Maybe that's just because Tyson does not always worry as much as he should, but it seemed like Kim was really, really worried about stuff.
Well, the other thing is I think it depends on what it is.
Yeah.
If it's always an idol, then I think that she's going to give it to Kim.
Yeah.
But I don't know enough about is the reward always going to be an idol?
Yeah, we don't know.
There's going to be 100 idols in this game? Or is it going to be, the next challenge you can trade this token for...
a vote steal, some other advantage.
Yeah, or Flint, or...
Yeah, whatever else.
Rice, or whatever it is. So, who knows?
Yeah, I will say this. Because that poker group now is down to 2, I don't know if they're going to be perceived as this big threat moving forward. I'm pretty worried about my guy, Tony. Because Tony, it seems like... Tony's social game has never been his strength. This is a man who yelled in llama at someone in his season. It is someone who gets into verbal altercations with people at Tribal Council. And it seems like there are kind of alliances sort of coalescing.
Yep.
You had the Wendell, Nick, Yule, Sophie group. I mean, Yule and Sophie seem especially close.
Yep.
Nobody is really pointing to Tony and being like, that's the guy I want to ride with to the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, he would be kind of an easy choice to get out, but at the same time, if Tony's kind of riding by himself at this point, and you see other groups forming, is Tony someone you really need to get rid of right now?
I wouldn't do it. I mean,
no, I wouldn't either. I'd be looking at more the people who I'm seeing hanging around, because if it's like, I see these people hanging around all together, and now they're all coming to be like, let's get rid of Tony. Well, why? Nobody's working with Tony. He's on his own, doing whatever. Like, he's not a problem or a threat or in anything, but you three are.
Well, listen, Tony. Here's what I remember from the time in Kage-On where I said you were going to be voted off probably for like 6 weeks in a row and that you ended up winning. So, it's good if people doubt you. Maybe you can pull this off. I still think there's hope for Kim as well. She's on the bottom right now, but she's such a good player.
She is such a good player. If I saw Kim on the island, she would be a target for me. I just think that she's too good to be there.
I would be, if I was playing with like Tony and Kim, my proclaimed two favorite players, I'm worried I would be like Ben was around Boston Rob, and I would just want to work with them just because I can hang out with them.
And that's the problem, right?
I know.
You get into a game with people who are such big, amazing players, and you're just like, yeah, let's do whatever you want. And as soon as I feel that, then I know that they need to go.
Yeah. The only other thing I think that was notable in the promo is you had somebody like climbing a really, really tall ladder.
Yeah, that was like falling apart under their feet.
Like
Someone's like, you're gonna be the first man back.
My vision's not great. I couldn't exactly figure out who it was. I mean, it's possibly, I think you had a Tony theory. It might be Tony.
Yeah, I couldn't see very well either.
Tony's crazy enough to do something like this.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyson's done some crazy stuff, I guess, too, back in the day, but it's just, I don't know who that is yet, but it was probably more visible to some of you guys. It doesn't matter. What really matters is a good season so far. We're 2 hours in. Let's hope it lives up to the billing. All right, let's hear from you guys. What do you think is going to happen on Survivor Winners at War, Episode 2. Who do you think is in the most danger? Share in the comments. And if you do like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us more by checking that link in the description to the CARTERMATT store. And we'll see you here next time.